we are strategically located in the Indian Ocean, and we have all the good points in terms of stability, in terms of governance, rule of law, and a lot of strengths in terms of the infrastructure, but also the mechanisms, the instruments to make Mauritius that gateway between Asia and Africa. We have already been very successful in cross-border investment into India and also into China, and we firmly believe that this century and this decade certainly is going to be that for Africa, and we believe that Mauritius can play a prominent role. And therefore, we are very confident that Mauritius can assume this role. There are certain of the issues that have been addressed. The Minister this morning talked about relaxing permits and also the policies for further opening up the country, addressing the infrastructure issues, and we believe that this is a strategy that will pay in the medium to long term. I think first of all we have to say that it has been a very responsible budget. It shows the discipline in terms of fiscal policies and also in terms of responsiveness to the various sectors of the economy. We have seen measures that will help the ICT sector, the BPO landscape, but also the traditional sectors, the financial services, the emerging sectors like health, education, is giving a lot of impetus to the construction industry. And I think one of the measures that has been quite significant is in the manufacturing sector. And we also think that he has put a lot of emphasis in these productive sectors. A lot of emphasis also in terms of creating greater social justice for the population. And these are measures that are welcomed. But from my perspective, I would think that certainty and predictability for investors is important. And this budget actually gives that thrust in terms of providing clear rules for investors to come, and also in terms of the way in which the fiscal policy is being managed. While we are not working in a vacuum, obviously we know what is happening around the world. There is a crisis evidently, and I think the Minister has put emphasis on sectors, on regions where there is growth, for example in Africa, where we see how we can leverage on that perspective to make sure that we really tap into the opportunities. On China and India, there's some measures that have been announced, and we firmly believe that next year, if we address all the issues and if we implement all the measures that have been announced, certainly that will bring greater resilience in our traditional sectors, but also give a strong boost to the new and emerging sectors. And certainly in the financial services, which is one of the most productive sectors, we see a number of measures that have been announced, and we certainly feel and look forward to these measures trickling down to the real economy and making sure that we benefit from that.